Sleep is a universal melody, played on the delicate strings of human existence, its rhythm shifting with the seasons of life. From the womb's quiet cradle to the twilight of old age, slumber orchestrates a dance of growth, renewal, and resilience. This exploration unveils how sleep transforms across the lifespan, shaping minds and bodies in ways both subtle and profound. The Prelude. Sleep in the womb. Before the first breath, life begins in a cocoon of stillness. Expectant parents may delight in gentle nudges from within, mistaking them for responses to their lullabies or whispers. Yet, these tiny flutters often ripple from a slumbering world. In the womb, an unborn child spends nearly every moment wrapped in a sleep-like embrace, much of it akin to the rapid eye movement, REM phase familiar to adults. Unlike grown-ups, however, whose REM sleep tethers the body in stillness, the developing fetus lacks this restraint. Its brain, a budding composer, fires off erratic notes of activity, sending limbs into a playful jig felt as kicks or twirls by the mother. By the second trimester's close, around the 23rd week, the neural instruments for sleep are tuned. The fetus hums through roughly 6 hours of non-REM and REM sleep, 6 of REM, and 12 in a hazy in-between. Not quite wakefulness, but far from the crisp edges of adult slumber. Only in the final trimester do faint sparks of awareness flicker, a mere 2 to 3 hours daily. Curiously, as birth nears, REM sleep surges, peaking at 12 hours in the last week, a crescendo unmatched across a lifetime. This lavish feast of REM fuels the brain's construction, laying down a sprawling network of connections like a city's first roads, chaotic yet brimming with potential. Are these REM moments dreams? Not as adults know them, vivid tales spun from memory, but rather a primal rehearsal, wiring the mind for the world ahead. Picture a gardener scattering seeds across fertile soil. REM sleep nurtures neural pathways, coaxing them to bloom and branch, readying the brain for its debut. The opening act, infancy and early childhood birth, marks a shift in sleep's tempo. Newborns drift through a patchwork of rest, polyphasic bursts scattered across day and night, punctuated by wakeful cries that test parental endurance. Unlike the steady nocturne of adult sleep, this fragmented rhythm reflects a brain still, finding its beat. The suprachiasmatic nucleus, the body's timekeeper, matures slowly, sinking to daylight and routine only after months. By a year, longer stretches of nighttime rest emerge, dotted with daytime naps. By 4, a single nap lingers, the polyphasic chaos yielding to a biphasic hum, until late childhood ushers in the monophasic pattern of adulthood. Beneath this consolidation, a tug-of-war unfolds between NREM and REM. A 6-month-old splits 14 daily sleep hours evenly between the two. By 5, 11 hours tilt toward a 70-30 NREM-REM divide. This shift isn't random. REM's role in building connections wanes as NREM steps in, refining the brain's sprawling circuitry into a leaner, more purposeful design. The crescendo, adolescence. As childhood fades, adolescence strikes a bold chord. Deep NREM sleep swells, peaking before puberty, sculpting the brain like a master artisan chiseling stone. Early life's REM-driven expansion gives way to NREM's pruning, trimming excess connections to sharpen thought and action. Imagine a bustling marketplace. Initial stalls crowd every corner, but over time, only the most vital remain, their paths widened for efficiency. This transformation isn't uniform. The brain matures back to front, with visual and spatial regions settling first, while the frontal lobe, home to reason and restraint, lingers in youthful impulsivity. Studies tracking sleep's electrical waves reveal this progression. Deep NREM intensifies in late childhood, surges through puberty, then softens into adulthood. This pruning fosters logic and decision-making, bridging the gap between reckless teen and grounded adult. Yet, adolescence brings challenges. The circadian rhythm shifts forward, pushing bedtimes later, a biological rift from parental schedules. A 9-year-old dozes by 9 p.m., but a 16-year-old thrives past midnight, their melatonin tide delayed. This misalignment sparks morning grogginess, worsened by early school starts, a clash science increasingly critiques. Sleep isn't laziness here. It's a developmental cornerstone, its disruption risking mental health and growth. The interlude, midlife. In adulthood's prime, sleep stabilizes, a steady duet of NREM and REM. Deep NREM, though, begins a quiet retreat by the late 20s, its waves softening. By 40, its vigor fades noticeably, fewer hours, weaker pulses. This isn't a diminished need, but a fraying capacity, the brain's sleep-generating regions weathering time's subtle erosion. The finale. Aging old age recasts sleep as a fragile refrain. 3 changes dominate: diminished depth, fractured, continuity, and shifted timing. By 70, deep NREM dwindles to a whisper, 80–90% of its youthful strength lost. Fragmentation creeps in, nightly awakenings, often for bathroom visits, erode efficiency. An 8-hour bed stint might yield only 6 hours of rest, a 75% efficiency far below the 95% of youth. This broken rhythm fuels health woes, memory, slips, mood dips, even heightened fall risks in the dark. Circadian timing, too, rewinds, melatonin peaking earlier, urging sleep at dusk. Seniors may nod off mid-evening, dissipating sleep pressure only to struggle at bedtime and wake at dawn. Trapped in a cycle of fatigue, contrary to myth, they don't need less sleep, they simply can't summon it as before. Research counters claims of reduced necessity. Memory tests show elders forget more without deep sleep, and brain stimulation trials hint at an unmet craving for rest, underscoring its enduring role. The harmony. Beneath across this lifespan. Symphony, sleep's purpose resonates. In the womb, REM lays the mind's foundation. Childhood balances growth and refinement. Adolescence carves maturity through NREM's steady hand. Adulthood sustains until age frays the tune. Disruptions, alcohol in utero, caffeine in youth, or neglect in age, distort this melody, risking developmental echoes like autism or schizophrenia, or hastening decline. Sleep isn't a passive interlude, but an active composer, threading vitality through every stage. To honor it is to nurture life itself, from first note to final rest.